Thank you for watching DLM Tutoring. Today's lesson is going to be on Common Core Standard 8EE C7A. This is part 1. The standard reads, give examples of linear equations in one variable with one solution, infinitely many solutions, or no solutions. Find the number of solutions. So for instance, in this question, it asks, how many solutions does the equation have? The equation is 0 equals negative 6m plus 6m. When I look at this situation, the first thing that I need to remind myself is that I need to solve the equation. I'm going to solve for the variable. In this case, my variable is m. So I want to find out what m is equal to. Now, if I'm paying attention, I notice that negative 6m plus positive 6m are the same values, just on opposite ends of each other. So really, it's kind of like saying negative 1 plus 1 equals 0. When I read this, I know that whatever number I put in here for m, whatever this is, it's going to get multiplied by negative 6. That same number is going to get multiplied by a positive 6 on this side. So, at the end of the day, they're going to keep creating something called a zero pair. They create a zero pair. This is where the values cancel each other out. So when I go to solve this problem, 0 is actually equal to 0. Or in other words, since this statement is true, then I have to remember any number I replace for the variable will make the statement true. I can give the example that if 0 is equal to negative 6 times 1 plus positive 6 times 1, where m is equal to 1, then 0 is equal to negative 6 plus positive 6, 0 is equal to 0, and my statement is still true. In this case, it means that I can put in any number, or in other words, I have infinitely many solutions. How many solutions does this equation have? Infinitely many solutions. Now, when I go and try this next situation, I'm going to do the same thing. Solve for the variable. Solve for the variable. I'm going to solve for the variable k. I'm going to need to use inverse operations. So I put my wall up, and now I'm going to solve. I'm going to start by adding 5 to both sides, again creating a zero pair on this side, and when I add 5k on this side, I end up with negative k minus 9, and this side I'm going to end up with negative 3. So negative 6 plus positive 5k equals negative k. Now I need to get this negative 9 over to the other side, so I'm going to add 9 to both sides, again creating that zero pair, leaving me with just negative k over on this side, and on my left side I see that I have positive 6. But when I end up looking at the situation, I have to recognize that there's a negative k here. So that means there is a negative 1 connected to that positive k. I want to know what k is. I'm interested in k. I'm not interested in negative k. So I have to get rid of that negative 1 by dividing it. I am using the inverse operation to break up the -1 and that k. They cancel out. K is now equal to -6. So there is only one solution to this problem. If I were going to solve for k, k is going to equal -6. So there's only one solution. Remember, when you're trying to determine how many solutions an equation has, you must determine the value of the variable using the inverse operations. Also, interpret if the equation is one solution. That means it only has one value for the variable that makes the statement true, such as in our second statement. No solution, the value of the variable makes the statement false, so that means that they do not equal each other on both sides when you solve for the variable. Or infinitely many solutions. Any value can be used for the variable and the statement is true, such as in our first example. Thank you for watching DLM Tutoring. Please remember to like, follow, and subscribe. You can find us both on Instagram and Twitter, and of course, right here on YouTube. See you next time on DLM Tutoring.